Hi, so I thought I'd do a video for all the girl preppers out there and some tips that I use and that I've gained over the years of being a prepper. So I'll first start off with the time of the month. Some women think that this is going to be a big problem. It's not. You don't have to carry tampons, pads, nappy bags, um, wet wipes, things like that. You don't need to carry all that. There's such a thing called a moon cup, and if you Google it, you'll get quite a lot of reviews for it, and people really rate them. Many people use them if they're going camping, festivals, things like that. And basically, what they are is they're a silicone cup. They're probably about this wide and about this deep. Okay, so you squash it together and then insert, and it expands and it collects all the blood throughout the day. If you have a heavy flow, you may need to change it a couple of times during the day. Otherwise, on a regular flow to light flow, it's okay changing once a day. That's fairly easy to clean. All you need to do is rinse it. You may take a little bit of bleach with you just to sterilise it again for use. This can be used for years, so it's fantastic to have, and it doesn't cost that much. As far as I'm aware, you can Google them online, and they've actually got a website specifically for this. Okay, next one, pregnancy control. It's not just up to the men. Okay, so you know to take some responsibility for yourself as well. If you're single, you may not. You may think that you don't need any contraception with you. I tell you, you're wrong, because you will need. You will need some contraception with you. You never know what might happen. Things might be so bad where, the only form of pleasure is sex, and you might come across a community, you might want to join one, I don't know, but you never know. You need to just prepare for every sort of scenario. So take condoms with you. Also, they have multiple uses, carrying things, carrying water, waterproofing things. There's so many things that you can do with it. So, you're never gonna be without use of it. You just take it with you. Just take a pack. Also, there's many different ways of contraception with the women. So with people on pills, what I'd say is say to your GP, your doctor, you've lost a packet, and they will happily replace them. They're not a controlled medication. So if you do it once in a blue moon, not all the time because then it'll be obvious, but once in a blue moon, and then that you'll be able to put some in your stockpile or to take with you. Also, the coil. Apparently, you can remove these yourself. I do not recommend that now. Okay, if you do want to remove your coil, go and see your doctor. But apparently you can remove them by yourself, and I'd only recommend that in shit hits the fan scenario, because obviously you don't want to get ill with that. People with the implant, or chip as some might call them, that can happily stay in there for years. As you know, it protects you for quite a few years. It'll be fine in there. If things were really bad, it would push out, but things would have hopefully have healed by then. To be extra careful, take a pack of condoms with you and use them. Okay. There's things as femidoms, and I don't really have any experience or knowledge of them, so you'd have to do research a bit on that if you want to use them. Okay, making of your toiletries. What I take is I take little sachets of shampoo, and they're about this big, and you can get 3 uses to them if you water them down. Okay, so watering them down, you perhaps wash your hair maybe once a week. Some people say it's perfectly healthy to wash your hair just that much. Okay, so water it down, use it once a week, maybe, take a few sachets. I know that I got 10 for £1, for example, so they cost next to nothing. Same applies for the shampoo and shower gels, and conditioners as well. There's hand creams, there's so many things that you can get in sachets, and they're always useful, so always use them, take them with you. Over the time, you hope to get used to your surroundings. There's so many plants and flowers out there. I'll actually do a video at some point, maybe in the summer now, of how you can make a base for your shampoos and shower gels and things like that, because obviously you're going to run out at some time. This thing may be permanent bugging out, you know, until community's formed or things change. You never know. You've got to prepare for absolutely everything, and I think that's what being a prepper is all about, really. I'd also take razors as well, and not your normal razors of what you think about, you know, not the normal long ones or, you know, with a head, no. If you go into Superdrug, you can actually find little steel razor blades that are probably about this big. They're really sharp both sides. You have to be really careful with them because they can do some damage. But you know, in an emergency situation, they're fab. You can put them in your medical kit. Honestly, you can get about it's very thin. It's probably about that thin and about that wide, and you get about 10 in them. £1.60 from Superdrug. You can shave, cut things with them. This is men would use them for the beards. So many uses. You can even surgically as well, and they're actually capable of that, so really be careful with them. Another one that I'd say is bobble, or go-go as people say in Northern Ireland. You'd always need to, you know, tie your hair back. Grips as well, these will be of use. Nail clippers, make sure you get the ones with the file on. This will always be of use. You don't want ingrown nails and things like that. Same applies to men. The next one that I'd say is a shiwi. There's many versions of it. There's some which is an actual big stick, and it's a bit worrying of how it's a bit weird. There's also short ones as well, which look a bit okay, not as bad. Basically, it means that you can pee standing up, so you don't have to bend down, get spiders on your arse, nettle your arse, whatever. Take one of them. It doesn't take much room up, and because it's plastic, you can even stick it on the side of your bag, and not many people would know what it is. That's another reason why to take bleach with you. You'll be able to make it back sterile again to use. Okay, the next one that I'd say is multiple uses of bra. So if you're wearing a wide bra, it's brilliant. It's got your wiring, the elastic, the hooks. It's also got the straps, but there's so many uses with that bra. The fabric as well, you can use it to tinder. So if you've got that, fantastic. Make sure you've got two bras in, sports bras that is, in your bug out bag. These are going to keep your babies under control, so you're going to be able to climb, do normal tasks, hunting, things like that, and you don't have to worry about getting knocked out. So make sure you take those with you. Next one, big knickers. You need to be comfortable. You don't want to choose greater. So no G-strings, no thongs, no French knickers. As much as it's not really appealing, you have to think about comfort. They'll also last longer as well. So take 2 pairs of knickers. That way, when you're wearing one, you can wash one, and so on. So you're keeping hygienic as well, and clean. And the last one, on the more serious note, protecting yourself from men in a rape scenario. Most women think it's down to the men to learn all the skills. You never know, you might actually be on your own. You need to learn how to protect yourself. You need to learn, knife skills, maybe archery, using a catapult, firearms, maybe. You could even do karate, things like that. You really need to learn. I'd say all of them, but I know how difficult it is sometimes to raise the money for costs of the courses and things like that. So make sure you've always got a couple of backups, and one being firearms, I'd say. But that one, women would find a little bit easier to use, but mostly in a rape scenario, it's going to be up close and personal. So maybe knife or karate, just so you know that you can protect yourself. Me personally, I hope to book out by just me and my partner. I know that there won't be anyone joining us and things like that when shit hits the fan. I know it sounds harsh, but I will not be count for anyone else. It's just me and my partner, that's it. And if we need to protect where we are, I wouldn't even let them get up that close. But you do need to sleep, and if you're on your own, this may happen. Another protection that you could make is peppermint oil. So you could spray in their eyes, up their nose if necessary. You're going to be given those valuable seconds, to sort yourself out, and you may be able to act a bit harder on him if necessary. So things can always happen in the worst scenario. When shit hits the fan, people's minds change, attitudes. They think they're a bit above the law because, in a way, they would be. There's no place they have no boundaries to go by, so they are going to break their morals, maybe if they have morals. To just go back on their pleasure, because that is going to be one of the main pleasures that you get when you are bugging out. Men without girlfriends or things like that, they'd probably turn a little bit violent. And I'm not saying all men are like that, because they're not, but you have to prepare yourself for all of it. Okay, so I hope you like my tips. If you've got any questions on anything else at all, maybe comment or message me. I've been a prepper for a while, so I have a bit of knowledge and things like that. I'll try and help you as much as I can. Take care.